Hello everyone, myself Navneet Kumar Singh and I am teaching you heat and mass transfer for your GATE examination. So my dear students, in the previous video we have seen that how radiation was occurring in between the two enclosures. Okay. Now in this video we will be thoroughly discussing about the radiation shields. Okay. And radiation shields are much important for your GATE point of view. So let us understand them carefully and let us enjoy that topic. Okay, let us enjoy that topic. So we are talking about the radiation shields. So my dear students, maybe you have seen that in furnaces, you have seen the hot furnaces. Okay, I'm just giving the idea from the basic level so that some students may will be able to grasp it completely. So like furnaces is there. Okay, in furnace there is a molten metal which is at like 1000 or 1200 or 3000 4000 degrees Celsius, which is having the high temperature. So at high temperature, you know, the radiation is dominating more, and due to this there will be large amount of heat will be lost to the surrounding and there will be uncomfortability for the surrounding people. So we have to reduce radiation, somehow. So how we can reduce radiation? So we can reduce the radiation by introducing your what? Radiation shields. Okay, radiation shields. So what will happen generally? Let us have a brief, like, small idea. So if I will use, like, let us say molten metal is there, that is your molten metal at 1400 degrees Celsius. So radiation is going out from this. Radiation is going out from this in the form of electromagnetic waves. Okay. Now I have that wall. Okay, of what? Furnace wall I have. So this furnace wall, although I have, like, designers have made it so complete so that there will not be any kind of transfer, but what will happen? These will penetrate through this and they will be out. So what will happen? So large amount of heat will be lost from this molten metal, and it may, like, temperature of this may decrease, which will be like very much costly because we have just given so much amount of heat to it to make it in volatile form, to like make utensils, to make like simply like cast iron material and all. So we have to do. So what I will do is just what the designers have just done. They have introduced a radiation shield here. They have introduced a radiation shield here, my dear students, and also some here. So there will be some radiation shields, and that is in, like, in between, like one wall, another wall will be there. Then, like, there are multiple layers of wall. Okay. Now, what will happen? These radiation shields are having high reflectivity. High reflectivity, my dear students. That is, rho is high, and E is less. That is, emissivity is less, because we know that R radiation is directly proportional to rho and inversely proportional to 1 upon E. So we will have E less of that radiation shield and rho high. Why? Because whatever the radiation will be coming through this, it will be reflected back again. It will be reflected, or some amount of this will be reflected back. Reflected back, my dear students. So there will not be any loss of thermal energy or heat. So like this we are using the radiation shields, my dear students. So let us see completely. So let us see completely. So what are radiation shields? Radiation shields. Maybe now you have the idea like why we are using the radiation shields. So let us see radiation shields, my dear students. Radiation shields. So why they have introduced? So radiation shields are introduced. Radiation shields are introduced to reduce the heat transfer in radiation, or we can also say that these are additional barriers used to stop radiation. And generally radiation shields are having high reflectivity, that is rho high, and less emissivity. So my dear students, let us study what is happening when we are introducing a radiation shield between the two walls of the furnace. Let us see. Now, I am having two surfaces. Let us say this is your surface 1 and this is your surface 2. Okay, so they are exchanging heat, exchanging heat in terms of radiation. These two surfaces are exchanging heat in terms of radiation. So what I'm doing is I'm just keeping a radiation shield in between these two. So what I'm doing is I'm keeping a radiation shield in between two. Yes. Okay, that is your radiation shield. Okay, now let us see. If this surface is having, let us say, emissivity E1, epsilon 1, temperature T1, area A1, and this is having emissivity E2, temperature T2, area A2, my dear students, this is having area A2. Now, what will happen? Let us see. So, what will be the heat transfer from this surface to this surface, that is having like surface 1. This is like surface 2 for radiation shield. If I will take it like 3. So there will be radiation heat exchange in between these two, and also there will be radiation heat exchange between these two. So whatever the heat was coming from the furnace, from this side, from the furnace, so it is crossing this wall, then it is crossing the radiation shield, then it is crossing what? Then it is crossing the second wall. What we can say, that is falling on the surface of the second surface like this. So what is happening is, first of all, if I will talk about only this surface which is radiating what? Radiation in this direction, and this will radiate radiation in this direction because it may be also having some temperature, and radiation shield may radiate from this or may reflect back like this. Okay, so whatever the heat will come or radiation will come from this side, what I am assuming is it will be same throughout. That Q12 will be same, or like we are assuming like a steady state case type. Okay, so steady state case type. So let us see. So what I will have that Q12, that is net radiative heat exchange between 1 and 3, Q13 is equal to net radiative heat exchange between 2 and 3, between 3 and 2. between 3 and 2. Net radiated heat exchange between 3 and 2, my dear students. So what will be this? So this will be given by sigma A1, or let us take it A, area A only. Let us take the area same. So what I am taking is A1 is equal to A2 is equal to A. Okay. Now this will become A T1, 1 and 3, T1 to the power 4 minus T3 to the power 4 divided by 1 upon epsilon 1 emissivity of this surface, that inside surface. These are like this, my dear students. These are something like this. If you will see, these surfaces are something like this. If you can feel, okay. Now, so this will be plus of what? 1 upon E1 plus 1 upon E2, 1 upon E2 minus 1 because area is same now. We have seen this case of parallel plates, okay. Now is equal to sigma A T to T3 to the power 4 minus T to the power 4, my dear students, divided by 1 upon E3 plus 1 upon E2 minus 1, my dear students. So let us assume this value to be x. So these both terms will go. Okay, these both terms will go, and I am assuming this value to be x1 and this value to be x2 for the simplifying my calculation. Let us see. So this will become T1 to the power 4 minus T3 to the power 4 divided by x1 is equal to T3 to the power 4 minus T to the power 4 divided by x2, my dear students. So let us multiply. So this will become what? x2 T1 to the power 4 minus x3 or x2 again T3 to the power 4 is equal to x1 T3 to the power 4. I am doing it for the calculation of calculating T3, my dear student, in terms of T2 and T1. x1 T to the power 4, my dear students. Yes. So can I have a T3 value? Yes, I can have. I will take T3 this side and T2 this side. So this will become x2 T1 to the power 4 plus x1 T to the power 4 is equal to x1 T3 to the power 4 T3 to the power 4. I am taking x2 this side plus x2 T3 to the power 4. So this will become how much? Let us see. This will become x1 T3 to the power 4 T2. So I am taking T3 to the power 4 T3 to the power 4 out, and then there will be x1 plus x2 is equal to x2 T1 to the power 4 T1 to the power 4 plus x1 T to the power 4. Okay, now what will be T3 to the power 4, my dear students? This will be x2 T1 to the power 4 plus x1 T to the power 4 divided by x1 plus x2. Okay. So now if I will assume that emissivity of all these surfaces are same, how it is same? So first of all, let us check. So this is the given relation I have right now, and I know x1 x2. Okay, x1 x2 I know. So let us analyze these cases completely. So if I will see this, my dear students, if I will see this plate only, this plate, my dear students. So this is having some temperature, let us say T1. My dear students. Okay. Now this plate will have some surface resistance. My dear students. Let us take it here. This plate will have some surface resistance. Let me do here only. We have a space there. So let us say we have three plates. Okay, we have these three plates. Okay, I think it is visible now. Okay, now let us see. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, having different emissivities and all. So what will happen? This plate will have what? One surface resistance. This plate, which is at T1, P1, or we can take it EB1, will have some space resistance. One space resistance, my dear students, that is RS1. RS1, okay. Sorry, surface resistance. This will have some surface resistance due to this its surface. That is RS1, my dear students. That is RS1. RS1, which will be equal to 1 minus E1 by A1 E1. A1 E1. Okay. Now, then these two plates will have one space resistance in between them. Yes, if J1 is this, they will have some space resistance, which is nothing but A1 F12. A1 F12, my dear students. Okay. Now let us take, if this is J1. Okay. Now due to this plate, there will be one space resistance and one surface resistance and one space resistance. And due to the surface of this plate is also having some surface, my dear students. And due to this surface of this plate, there will be some surface resistance. Yes. So again there will be some surface resistance. Let us take it J2. Again there will be some surface resistance RS2, which is given by 1 minus E3. This side, if I am taking E3, divided by A3 E3. Okay. Again for these plates, if I will do the analysis, so this is what? This is EB2, my dear students. Let us take this is EB3. EB3. Again for this plate I am talking about 3 and 2 now. 3 and 2 now. So for 3 and 2 I am talking. So again this will be your EB3 this side, EB3 this side, EB3 this side, or you can take EB4 also. There will be some space resistance due to this surface. This will be given by emissivity this side. Let us take if E4 is the emissivity this side. So this will become 1 minus E4 divided by A4 E4. Then due to both these plates, there will be some space resistance. Let us take J1. That is taken J2 is there, J3. So there will be some again shape or space resistance. So this will be given by 1 by A4 A41, my dear students. Okay. Now again up to J4 there will be some space resistance. Then there will be some this resistance from this plate 2, that is 1 minus E2 by A2 E2, my dear students. A2 E2, and then there will be EB2, my dear students. So let us analyze this. So due to radiation shields, what is happening? Due to radiation shield, that one before these two plates there were only one space resistance. Okay, but now there is also another space resistance, and also there is two surface resistances. That is EB2, that is RS2 and RS3. RS3, my dear students. RS3. Hope this is clear from this. RS3. So when I am introducing radiation shields, then space resistances are increasing and shape resistances are also increasing. Let us see. So due to introduction of this, I will see it later. So we have seen the circuit diagram for this. So now if emissivity of all the surfaces is same, if emissivity of all these surfaces will be same, what will happen? Let us see. So we can write somewhere, due to radiation shields, one radiation shield will be introduced. Shield will bring to what? One extra shape resistance or space resistance, and one extra, or we can say two extra, because there will be two surfaces now, this side and this side, two surface resistances, my dear students, surface resistances. So let us take the case if emissivity of all the surfaces is same. So if emissivity of all the surfaces will be same, what will happen? Let us assume the emissivity of all surfaces is same, my dear students, is same. So when emissivity will be same, what will happen? This will become 1 upon E, 1 upon E minus 1, 1 upon E plus 1 upon E minus 1. Okay, similarly this will become, so what will happen? So x1 will become equal to 1 upon E plus 1 upon E minus 1. So this will become 2 by E minus 1. And x2 will become equal to what? Same, 2 by E minus 1. That implies x1 will be equal to x2 at that time. x1 will be equal to x2 at that time, my dear students. Yes or no? Yes. Now let us see. When x1 will become equal to x2, I will have the value of t3. I will have the value of t3. So what will be the value of t3 to the power 4? It will be x1, x2 is equal. So I will take x1 equal to x2, which is same. Let us take it equal to x. So this will become x t1 to the power 4 plus x t to the power 4 divided by x1 plus x2, which is nothing but x plus x. So x will go. This will be nothing but t1 to the power 4 plus t to the power 4 divided by 2. So we have this value. So we have got one relation which is nothing but t3 to the power 4 is equal to t1 to the power 4 plus t to the power 4 divided by 2, my dear students, divided by 2. So let us calculate, when we have introduced the shield, what will be the heat transfer. So we have seen this. So let us calculate this. Let us calculate this. Let us calculate this, my dear students. So this will become equal to Q13 is nothing but what? Q13 will be given by sigma A T1 to the power 4 minus T3 to the power 4. Okay? T3 to the power 4 divided by 1 by E plus 1 by E minus 1. Okay, because emissivity is same now. Emissivity is same now. So, can I put the value of T3 in this? Can I put the value of T3 in this? Yes, I can put. So let us see. Let us see what will be the value. So putting the value of T3, this will become sigma A T1 to the power 4 minus T1 to the power 4 plus T to the power 4 divided by 2. Divided by 2, my dear friends, and this will be 2 by E minus 1. 2 by E minus 1. So this equation whole A T1 to the power 4 minus T1 to the power 4 by 2 will be T1 to the power 4 by 2. T1 to the power 4 by 2. By 2 I have taken out like by 2. Then minus T to the power 4 minus T to the power 4 by 2. So I have taken this out. 2 I have taken out. So this will be 2 by E minus 1, my dear students. 2 by E minus 1. So if you will see that sigma A T1 to the power 4 minus T to the power 4 divided by 2 by E minus 1 is nothing but the heat transfer without radiation shield. Heat transfer without radiation shield. So what we have taken when radiation shield is introduced. So that is Q with radiation shield. You can take Q with radiation shield. Q with radiation shield, my dear students. So Q with radiation shield we have taken. Q with shield is equal to how much? This. So let us see now. Let us see now, my dear students. So we have felt this with the resistance diagram also, and let us now fill. Let us now fill with this derivation. So Q with shield is equal to. So if I will have this value, my dear students, this value, what is this? If I will have this value, that is sigma A T1 to the power 4 minus T to the power 4 divided by 2 by E minus 1. When only there are two plates, 1 and 2, and emissivity of both the plates will be same. So what will be the heat transfer for both? This will be sigma. If A is the area, A T1 to the power 4 minus T2 to the power 4 divided by 1 upon E1, which is 1 upon E, plus 1 upon E2, which is 1 upon E. So this will become 2 by E minus 1. So this is what? When there is no radiation shield. When there is no radiation shield, this is the heat transfer. So we can have that Q with shield is equal to Q without shield, that is heat transfer without shield, divided by 2, my dear students, divided by 2. So can I write this to be like Q with shield is equal to Q without shield divided by n plus 1, my dear students. Yes, where n is the number of radiation shields introduced, my dear students. So now let us check it. So when I have introduced one radiation shield, so what happened? Let us see. So when I have introduced one radiation shield, what happened? Let us see. Number 1, when there is one radiation shield, so when there is one radiation shield, this will become Q with shield, that is Q with shield divided by Q without shield is equal to 1 upon n plus 1, my dear students. So if I am introducing only one radiation shield, what will become? This will become equal to 1 by 2. That implies this will become equal to Q with shield divided by Q without shield is equal to 1 by 2. So what I can have is this, that Q with shield is equal to half of Q without shield. Yes or no? We have also seen this, but this will be the same case. So radiation heat transfer with shield is becoming half without shield. So if this was like becoming half when we are using the radiation shield, my dear students, and when we are using not radiation shield, so what will be the percentage change in heat transfer? My dear students, percentage change in heat transfer. So this will be Q without minus Q with divided by Q without. So if it is Q1, half Q1, so this will become Q2 will become equal to half Q1. So this will become equal to Q without, which is Q1, minus Q with radiation shield is half, that is half Q1, my dear students, divided by Q1 into 100. So this will become nothing but 0.5 into 100. Q1 by Q1 will go. So we can see that there is 50% reduction in heat. So we can say change in heat, or we can say reduction in heat transfer. So due to one radiation shield, there will be 50% reduction in heat transfer. So we have felt this now, my dear students. We have felt this. So due to radiation shields, there will be 50% heat reduction. So that's why we are using radiation shields. Okay, you have seen practically. Now, if I will introduce 3 radiation shields, let us say for 3 radiation shields, what it will become? Let us see. When I am introducing 3 radiation shields, So let us fill this. So for 3 radiation shields, that is case second, for 3 radiation shields, what will be the reduction in heat transfer? There will be, so this will become what? 1 by 4 then? 1 by 4 is nothing but if Q1 is 100, so this will become what? 25. So this will be Q1 minus Q2, which is Q1 which is 100 minus 25, which will be 75 by 100. So this will be 75%. There will be 75% reduction in heat transfer. Reduction in heat transfer, my dear students. So for third is your, for 9 shields, for 9 radiation shields, for 9 radiation shields, what will be the heat transfer? If I am using the 9 radiation shields, that will become 1 upon 10. So 100 upon 10 will be 10. So there will be 90% reduction, my dear students. 90% reduction in heat transfer. There will be 90% reduction in heat transfer. You can also formulate this, but there is no need. Only you have to remember these because some questions have been asked. So for using one, one concept is there which is most important for gate. Let us also cover this. For using one radiation shield, shape resistance is how much? Shape resistance is equal to 1, my dear students, and space resistance, that is your surface resistance, is equal to how much? 2. So due to one radiation shields, there will be 2 surface resistances and there will be 1 shape resistance due to one radiation shield. If I will use, so for n radiation shields, or n number of radiation shields, what will be the space resistance? So this will become, so space resistance will become equal to n and shape resistance will become equal to how much? 2n, my dear students. So the total resistance will increase of how much? This will increase by 2n plus n, my dear students. 2n plus n, 2n plus n, my dear students. There will be n plus 1 space resistances and 2n plus 2n will be these resistances for radiation shield. Okay, 2n plus n. Now if you will see the plate, these plates are also there, and due to these both plates, one surface resistance is due to this, one space resistance is due to, one surface resistance will be due to this plate, one surface resistance will be due to this plate, okay, this plate, and there will be one space resistance there, one space resistance will be there. So I am introducing n radiation shields. Like this, I am introducing n radiation shields. So what is the increase? Their space resistance increases by n. So what was the first? First there was only one space resistance. Now shape resistance increases by 2n. So what was there? Only there was 2 space resistances and 1 shape resistances. So the total resistance increase will equal to what? So for n radiation shields, so space resistance total space resistance will become equal to how much? N plus 1. Total surface resistance, so already 2 surface resistances are there, so total surface resistance will become equal to how much? 1 plus 2, my dear students. And there can be one more question on this. Okay, hope you have understood the radiation shields and you have enjoyed the concept, my dear students. You have enjoyed the concept. So thank you so much. So this is up to now in this case, and we have finished the radiation today. So thank you so much, my dear students. Hope you have got the radiation concepts and all the surface resistances, space resistances, how to calculate the heat transfer. So let us enjoy next your numericals. I will be giving the good questions, okay, like gate. So thank you so much.